to be natural, so let's
Naturally, we would never be sitting like this.
really.
We would be like this.
I'm Elaine. Pick like a really absurd name. Elaine's not
Jade.
absurd.
You could totally be a Jade.
They call people though.
But I know, but it's ridiculous for me because it's not my name.
We made a show with Macklin Underdown, and that premiered last March. And we're kind of still riding the waves of that. We were in Maze Day, and then we just performed in the Scholarship Showcase. Yeah, now we're kind of splintering off and doing our own thing. Tehillah's making her own show for February, and then since we're all seniors, we have to make pieces for graduation. It's like a thesis, but we don't have to write a thesis.
And it has nothing to do with performance art.
Yeah, but
Tehillah, you can talk about your show a little bit, how it is under performance art.
yeah, you're totally
Yeah.
our performance art.
Well, okay. This is super convenient.
I think it's a sink.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like
you know.
it's the espresso.
I thought that was smart.
This is kind of convenient for me because I wanted to do my own show in February, and I wanted to collaborate with a musician and a video artist and a lighting designer, which I am. So in order to apply for funding, it was really convenient to be able to be like, well, collaboration is underneath performance art. But like, I feel like with what I presented, like you guys were vital in being like, this works or this doesn't work.
Right, so how do we do that now?
Or to
It's basically
talk about it with.
yeah,
like,
you just like looking at yourself in the mirror being like, this way. I think dance is this really, well, I guess most art forms where you're like making something and thinking about it at the same time, and you don't know what it is until way after. So like I was making this thing to As Freedom as a Breakfast Food by E. Cummings, and when I'm thinking about it right now, I hate it. Like I really don't like it. But I'm just gonna excuse me, keep going
Go on, Faith.
and like hope that like as it continues to grow, I can edit it a little bit.
Right, so what I was doing was just working with playing over the speakers this beginning section from I Heart HUCKABEES about the blanket theory, and so I also improvised in the studio to the audio of a YouTube video that's very popular a little bit ago of two twin babies having a conversation. We're by a refrigerator. You've probably seen it. They're having this amazing like sort of argument with each other, and they like fully listening to each other and responding, but they aren't speaking because they don't know how yet. And so I was just trying to like see what happens in my body in trying to like be this baby and then be this baby, and it didn't work, but I have stuff on video to look at, and we'll see what happens with that. And that connects to the HUCKABEES because I'm imagining these two babies to be having an existential conversation, which is like the main theme / like controversy in I Heart HUCKABEES. It kind of failed, but we'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much all I can say about what I was doing. Very first stage.
So I guess I feel like I'm in the second stage of after inspiration, and then just trying to make it flesh and be like, how is this gonna work? So what I
Make
was
it be
practicing-
watchable.
Yeah, and make it be like even just understandable. Like how people can be like, oh, I get it. You're like,
Crystal Pite said, she was like, dance
was
is
just
like
gonna
the
say.
worst possible way to communicate something.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to tell somebody something, like, say it or write it down, you know? Like,
Video and stuff, like, why don't I just show the video? Like, why do I have to dance about it? It's
Right.
stupid.
like you can put in, like, first of all, for dancing, you can put in, like, 5 different sources of inspiration and mash it all up, and that you never assume what the audience takes from it. That
That's
you can
so
be like,
Yeah.
this is something that I feel acutely about, like, how do you feel about it?
yeah. So I guess pretty literally, I'm dancing with a skeleton that could represent anybody I've hurt. You know, I've used my sister as an example a lot. You know, you grow up with your siblings, and you inevitably will like hurt them in some way, and that will impact their growth. So I think, and because we're human, we're not perfect. Like, you know, people grow up and there's a part of death in them. You know, like I would say that for myself, definitely. There's like death inside of me that's like has come there or has come to be there because of other people or because of situations. And that's just like pervades all of life. So these are like huge themes that I'm dealing with, and I don't expect to just be like, and this is the answer, but I am hoping to kind of breach new territory for myself and hopefully invite the audience in to be like, you know, in what ways do we as a body try and reconcile hurt, and like, can this be a mission, you know, worldwide? So that's, I don't know, that reminds me of a question that we were asked in asking for funding, which was like, how is your dance going to change lives? Like, and in one way it's just like, I have no idea, why are you asking me this?
But 250 words.
Yeah.
How are we going to change people?
Yeah. But on the other hand, it's like, I almost feel like I have to try. Like, you know, this is my vocabulary, and like, this is my impulse to try and communicate through this medium. So I think it's exciting, but it's also just incredibly daunting, because you're like, I'm making a dance about hurt and about reconciliation. Yeah. Okay, like, who doesn't have an opinion about that? But
That's how you make dances.
that's it right
Can we
there.
introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Katy Chalford.
I'm Julia Smith-Epsteiner.
I'm TEHILLAH Frederick.
Okay.
One by one, give a little bit more about yourself, I guess.
Not.
We're all seniors in the dance department. Julia is also an English major. I'm a chemistry minor, and TEHILLAH is a movement science minor.
Just
And
keep
we
talking.
started this club called Performance Arc